As a hostage during the siege, I wasn't the only person to have been held at St. Andrews against their will. In Cardinal Beaton's day, the castle had a reputation as one of the most feared prisons in all of Scotland. The chamber on the ground floor of this tower was used as a cell, with prisoners pass food through a carved slit in the wall next to the door. They, however, were fortunate in their accommodation, as the most terrifying place for a prisoner to be kept was beneath our feet in the bottle dungeon. Cut into solid rock, the dungeon got its name from its shape, thin at the top and opening out at the bottom, like a bottle. Prisoners were lowered into the cell on a rope. Once the rope was hauled up, there was no way out. I used to dream of being left alone in the cold and the dark, totally cut off from the world outside, and then awake wide-eyed and trembling. Apparently some prisoners lost their minds and began screaming and raving. I heard a rumour that Cardinal Beaton then had them hanged. The guards were always scaring me with dark tales of the prisoners who languished here. There was the friar, John Rogers, who was only held in the bottle dungeon for a few days before his body was found at the foot of the castle walls. Beaton said he died while trying to escape. Despite my fear, I was fascinated by what lay down there, and during the siege asked one of the guards to lower me down so I could see the bottle dungeon for myself. He agreed, and although at the time there were no prisoners in its depths, that doesn't mean to say that it was empty.
It's dark. Will there be rats?
You wanted to know what it was like down there, Master Hamilton. Keep a tight hold on the rope or you'll fall, and it's a long way down for a bairn.
I've reached the bottom. Swear on your honour you won't leave me here. Are you still there?
Of course I am, boy, although I've precious little honour to lose. Feel around with your hands. Master Leslie may have left a little surprise down there.
I can't find any. Wait, what's this? It's cold like metal, but it's such a strange shape.
When they killed old Beaton, they had nowhere to bury him, and what with it being summer, they didn't want him lying around stinking up the place in the heat. So they covered his body in salt, wrapped it in lead, and threw it down there where it's nice and cold. Say hello to the Cardinal, boy.
Ah! Pull me up! Pull me up!
Ha! I wish I could have seen your face.
The irony is that the floors above the bottle dungeon contained fine apartments, where those of high rank were imprisoned. Spacious rooms, a roaring fireplace, and even a guard robe overlooking the sea, where prisoners could sit at ease knowing that any foulness would soon be washed away by the tide. Comfort above and squalor below, just like heaven and hell.